make of that. So, Space Engine or Star Realms? I think given we've only got half an hour or so, we will do Star Realms. So, click. See if this works. There we go. Right. So, now for something completely different. So, a quick couple of games of this, which I don't think I've actually played online kind of officially before. But it's especially a digital version of a card game that you can get in all good gaming stores, basically. Obviously, you can get it online on Steam as well. But yeah, I'll just do a game here and we'll show you what's going on. So these are the expansions. Let's do it easy just so we can actually see what happens. So there's not much in the way of music or sound to it. So here's the thing. I mean, I could add some, I suppose. Like, where's the oh, it doesn't let you do this. Hang on a minute. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Music. There we go. I have a bit of music. And there we go. So here is the game. We have a row of cards along the middle here. That's my opponent. This down here is me. And the point is we've got to reduce the other side down to 0 life here. This is like authority, it's called, but it's really like health or life or whatever. So you do that by playing cards that do damage, which are the red target things. You can buy cards using these, any card that has these little coins on them, which that's the money. Each card is worth whatever it says in the corner here, and they all do different things. Like this one lets you do 4 damage, and you can scrap a card in your hand or discard pile. So this is your hand here, obviously, and your discard pile will be down here. And scrapping means you just get rid of the card; it goes away, destroyed. So, and then yeah, you can do things like draw cards and so on. These symbols are if you have another card, if you played another card of that color, so there's like red, green, yellow, and blue, and they all do different things. Then you can get a kind of ally effect, basically. So if you played another green card already, when you play this, you'll do another 2 damage to get what is done on this row here. And this thing down here means you can also trash this card. You can scrap it. So when you do that, you get 3 money in this case. So let's just have a quick bash at this then, while I get over the very weird shock of Cat Interstellar. That was a very bizarre game. They had me until we turned into a cat, and then things got really bloody weird and incomprehensible. So at this stage, I've got 4 money and 1 damage, so I can do 1 damage. Boom. And I think I'll get the RAM. And I can get the cargo launch as well, which is just lets you draw a card, but it also lets you discard. You can trash it to get money. End my turn. He'll do his thing. He's going to buy a few cards. This usually happens too fast for me to actually notice anything. So at the beginning, all we have we have a hand of 5 cards, and we have a deck of 10. I think it's all it's 2 Vipers and 8 Scouts. So the first 2 turns are basically always going to be the same. You're going to be playing Scouts and Vipers. And then um, you can reshuffle everything then after you've played all this, and you'll incorporate all the new cards you bought, and then it carries on. It's kind of like Dominion, if you're familiar with that. So in this case, I just play them all again and basically do the same thing. Get Battle Station because they're... Now these things are bases, so they're different from ships. Bases you can play and they'll make a defensive barrier basically. If they have a black shield on them, that means that all the damage has to be done on that before it goes to you. So it's like a shield. If it has a white shield, like this one, then it means it doesn't have to be targeted first. It just sits there and does its thing, whatever it says there. But your opponent then can choose to either do damage to you or do damage to this base. But if it's got a black shield, it's something they have to go through. So I'll get that as well. And do 1 damage. Shuffle it up, and now we've mixed everything up again. So now I can play the Ram. So the Ram is a green card, it's a blob card. And the blobs are sort of, in the lore of the game, they're these sort of techno-organic, whatever you want to call it, biomechanical things. They have living ships, basically. So all their ships look like, you know, a bit goopy, basically. And this is some kind of, I don't know what it is, wormy kind of ship, I suppose. But it's a big nasty one that does 5 damage, and it does 2 more damage if it's got friends in play. So I'm gonna grab that. I could have also trashed this and got 3 money, and it still does the damage effects when you trash it, but then it's gone. So I could have actually bought something that was worth 6, but I'm okay with that. So now I just do 6 damage. Boom. There we go. 42. Bought Battle Pod. Right, these Explorers, you can buy them as many as you like of them, and they give you 2 money, and you can trash them for 2 damage as well, which is handy. Right, so I drew the cargo launch. That let me draw another card, which is this one. I'm going to play the Battle Bot, and I can scrap card my hand only, but I didn't have anything left in my hand because it was the last one. So 3 damage, and I think I'll actually take an Explorer. And I got 1 more money that I can't use, so. So this is what happens when you play a base. So that goes over here. So now, like I said, any damage he does has to go through this. And if you have multiple outposts, which are the black shielded ones, it'll have to go through all of them before they do damage to you. So they're a good protective thing. Then I've got 3 money. I can't do anything with that. I can't afford anything here. Just gonna buy 1 dude. Now this thing, I can trash it and do another 5 damage, but otherwise it just sits there just being a shield basically. But I won't do that yet. He's doing 6. Oh, he's doing loads of damage on me now. 16. Ow, that's a crump. So anything over 10 is a crump. You get a big boom basically, and you take a lot of damage. So this is scrap a card in your hand. Do I want to do that? Scrapping is kind of handy sometimes because you can get rid of things like the Vipers and the Scouts once you've got better money makers. But in this case, I don't want to do that, so I select none. I'll do the thing there. Do I get another one? No. So I can do 8 damage. And I can do 2 money. And he's going to pummel me further. I go, no, not too much. Only 1 damage. Right, now I'm going to scrap a Viper. And then I'm going to do that. I've got 5. Take the recycling station. So that lets me actually discard 2 cards and I can draw 2 more. So it gives me a way to cycle through less useful things. Do that. Yeah, now he did a lot of damage last time because it was lots of he had lots of greens. I don't necessarily have. I got the ram again there. So another 5 damage. So now we're getting back to equal things. What is that? Federation Shipyard. But the next ship or base you acquire this turn on top of your deck. Interesting. And it gives me 2 money. And it's a like protective one, an outpost. Sure, why not? 4 damage. Oh, now, yeah, the yellow cards, they're the Star Empire. A lot of them are either drawing a card or they're discarding a card. So, or they force you to discard a card. So I have to now get rid of 2 of my useless ones. And I'll play all that. I'll go for the Falcon here. So that it does 2 damage and lets me draw a card. And I can discard it. I can trash it to let him discard a card. Do I want to do any more damage to him? Sure, so I'll trash this. There it goes. That gave me 2 damage, so I can just do a little zip on him. So he can only do 2 damage. He can't get through my 5 on here, so he basically does no damage. You either have to kill it all in one go, these outposts, or you can't do anything. So I'm going to play the recycling station. So that gives me 1 money, or I can discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. And it's also a shielding thing, so it gives me 9 extra health, basically, 9 armor. So I'm going to use that to discard you 2. So they just get discarded, and then see how I've drawn a battle bot now. So now, if I play these, I mean, on top of this is the red card. I'll get all the ally abilities from these as well. And I can scrap things as well. So I can do this, I'll scrap that. I can do this, I'll scrap that. And then I'll do a pointless amount of damage. Do 10 damage or something, but I'll do pointless amount of money here, so I can't actually do anything with that. So I've gone down 13. And right. So now I can draw a card. I can use this to draw a card as well. It just gives me loads of money. Oh yeah, I can do this as well, so I can discard those 2. And I can get a better one from my hand. Yeah, why not? Just do another scout, because I can't buy anything else still. So, right, so now I can do 4 damage, so I can hit one of his stations here. This one's more useful, so I'm going to get rid of that. And actually, I'll just do that. There we go. Bloop. Not much there. Right, so they destroyed my things there. So I've got the Federation Shipyard. I don't actually have any blue cards, do I? But I could get a blue card. There we go. And then I've got my Ram, which I can play. I can do that. And so I could scrap the Ram and get another 3 money, which I can use to do something. Sure. Let's get a gunship. And then I'll do 9 damage. So I have to blow up his fortress, so now I'm doing 5 damage to him. And then I'm going to do another 2 damage by scrapping that. Okay. 11 damage. Ooh. Discard a card. Okay. So, in this case, the recycling station is not as great. And he actually blew up my base, so I can't use the ally thing. So, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to discard the explorer. Yeah, actually, that was worse. That's a risk. But this guy gives me 3 money and 4 health back, so that's nice. And I've got 4. So the Battle Screech is a fun one because that just lets you destroy everything in the trade row here, and you just draw new cards then. So a bit of a reset switch. 3 or more bases in play, including this one. Game 4 and draw a card. Meh. Do a Predator. And I'll do a Warning Beacon. So these are just dinky little things. They only take 2 damage, but they're still not bad. And because I played a Machine Cult one, which is the reds, I can put it into play straight away. So knocking him down to 4. Again, you are not terribly good there. So I'm doing 2 damage straight away. I mean, I've got him basically. At the moment, I can just scrap a card. Woo. Scrap card from my hand. Sure. Let's just discard and redraw both of those. Oh look, I do even more damage. 5 more damage there. Now I'm going to do 17 damage and he's only got 4 health. Boom. Annihilated. So yeah, that's Star Realms basically. So that was the easy game. Now the medium one is a little more complicated. So we'll do one of these. Usually I don't win against the mediums, I can win against the easy, so this is going to be more of a challenge. So, I got 5 money. Get that for 2. Get that as well. Yeah, so the different things are yellow is Star Empire. Like I said, that usually does damage. It lets you draw cards and it lets the opponent discard cards usually. Blue is Trade Federation. So they're more about, they'll heal you. Like their cards will have authority on them, so you'll get life back basically. And then the greens are blobs. They are usually about just all-out attack. They'll have high damage. You use them to, punch your opponent in the face, basically. And obviously, if you have a card full of green, a hand full of greens, they'll, all their ally effects will stack up as well, so you'll get like even more damage. And the reds are the Machine Cults. They also do damage, less than the greens, but they will let you scrap cards. So there's a whole load of strategies you can do. I'm not amazingly good at this game. I've only played it about like 50 times or something online. 20 or 30 times offline. I've got friends who play thousands of games online. They're just ridiculous. But there's a reasonable element of luck in it, and there's some skill as well. Do that one and do that one. So yeah, it's quite a fun little thing to play anyway. It's like only lasts, at least online it'll last like 10-20 minutes. Offline it's a bit longer because obviously this is doing the automatic shuffling, but you know, when you run out of your discard pile, you've got to like shuffle everything up together. Keep doing that a lot. Yeah, it's going to add to the time basically. Now these ones are neat because they'll give you a choice of either 2 money or 4 damage, so they're quite good. There's a patrol mech as well that does 3 money or 5 damage, so that's more expensive. This one is 4 damage and target opponent discards a card though, so I might go for that. Right. The Lancer here, if the opponent controls the base, get an extra 2 damage. Well, unfortunately they don't, but I will control the base, so I get 2 health back. Do 4 damage, get 3 money. Right, so these guys, Merc Cruisers, are I think they're pretty much unique in this game in that they don't have a faction, but when you play them you pick a faction, so they can actually be like an ally to anybody, which can be quite handy. So I'll do that. Okay, and my opponent does control the base, so I can do that and I get an extra 2 damage. I could take the base out, I could just do 6 damage on him. That's going to give him 2 health or 2 money, so I'm going to get rid of that. And do that. And I'm not going to actually discard the thing because I can get the ram and the patrol bot. Now we're seeing some powerful cards come out. So this is the Emperor's Dreadnought. This is a big one. 8 money to buy. 8 damage, draw a card, opponent discards a card, and if you played a Star Empire card already this turn, you get to put it right in your hand and use it straight away, so that's pretty neat. Dreadnought is 7, does 7 damage, draw a card, could do an extra 5 if you trash it. Battle Cruiser is 5 damage, draw a card, opponent discards a card, and you can trash it and draw another card and just blow up a target base. And these guys are good. They're 8-point base. They have a 6 shield value, and it always, as long as it's out, it will give you 6 health and let you draw a card. So they're pretty sweet. So those are some good ones here. But the interesting thing is that if we don't have the money, these aren't going to move, so that's going to be intriguing. So I'm going to do 5 damage to him, and yeah, all I can do is buy an Explorer because these are always available, so guess that's that then. Do more damage there. I'm going to play that as a blue so I can get the bonus for that. Let's do that again. Nothing I can do. So the problem is these, I can buy these cards, but they're going to fill out my deck. But the good thing is that once I use them, I can discard them. So so you can discard a thing, you can go away, get rid of a Viper. oh, I can get a 6 now. So Junkyard lets you scrap a card all the time, so that can thin out your deck nicely. But I'll get the Defense Center and do some damage there. It's got the base out again. So now I have to decide what I want to do with this. At the moment I will do 9 damage if I use them in total, which I can use to get rid of that and that. Or I can buy, I can only get up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could go up to 8 if I scrap the RAM. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that might be doable, wouldn't it? I'll go for the money. I can't scrap the card because I don't have another red thing. But I will scrap you for 8. So I can also do the damage, which is nice. And then I've got a choice of everything. So do I want to go offensive here? Do 8 damage, draw a card, opponent discards? Or do I want the Capital World? Capital World is kind of good. I'll do that because I've got blue things already, so that'll ally with those. Ouch. 14. That smarted a bit. So now we've got a choice. The Merc can either go blue and I can get 2 more money, which doesn't really help me. Or I can go yellow and the opponent would discard a card. So I think what I'm going to do is make him go yellow. And that also gives me 9 damage in total, which is nice. And then I can buy a cutter. And the cutters are good because they give you 4 health and 2 money and 4 damage if you have blue stuff. Sure. Yeah, I can just get rid of things here. So I've got another choice to make: 2 damage, 2 money or 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, I've got 8. If I go for money, I could go for a Mothership. They're nice, but that's also good. I think I will go for the money. I can get that. Don't know if I'm just being greedy here, but that's fairly ineffective of him. Still forcing him to discard though, which is nice. Now this guy is nasty. The Moonworm. It's like they're one of their big hitters. 8 damage, draw a card. And you can, if it's 2 or less, you can put it in your hand, which is nice. Do I want to do that or do I want to do that? I'll do this. Screw it. Now, here's the thing. So, I've got the Capital World. Get 6 health right back. I can put that out as well. So now I've got 11 bonus on my health because of the shielding here. And I've got a choice of more health or more damage. And now I've got 4 Explorers, which will give me 8 money. So I can get the Moonworm or the Mothership, which is also nice. Get the Moonworm with that, I think. And the beauty of this as well, So this is like, you know, clogged up my hand basically. But if I take the Moonworm, and then I can trash all of these because I don't want them anymore, because I don't need to be having huge amounts of money. I can do 10 damage. So boom, do a crump on you there, and I'll heal me up a bit as well. So that worked out nicely. So he's probably going to hit that, yeah, but that's all he can do. And now I've got Emperor's Dreadnought, and I can get all the ally effects from that as well. Can scrap card there, play that, do that, scrap that. So I'm doing 16 damage on him. So I'll take that out, do another 11 on him there. Just give me a bit more health, why not? So I got 5. The only thing I can buy, a Stellar Reef. That might be handy. Battle Pod's always handy. Sure. I can always scrap that as well, so that's fine. Cool. See what you can do. Okay. So, 4 damage, 5 money. If I go for the money option. I'm going to go for the damage option. We'll go for a red, because that lets me do this. So we'll do that. Buy one of those, get one of those, take out that. And he's got a base, that's another 6. Do that. At this stage, we kind of do want damage on money. The freighter's always handy, because the freighter's little shtick is that if I have a blue thing, I can put the next ship I acquire this turn on top of my deck, so it'll be the next card drawn basically, which is nice. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Oh, now this guy, this is a good thing. So command ship is like the big hitter of the blues. Does 5 damage, heals 4, and lets you draw 2 cards, and can let you destroy a target base for free, which is very nice. So I'm going to hit you with that. So let's see. Oh, you can't quite afford it. Good. So let's get some heals. Get some more heals. Get some more defenses. Draw a card he has to discard. Can hit him for another 4 damage. I think at this stage that would be nice, wouldn't it? 14 damage. 4 money. Do 16 damage. Just smack him hard there, boom. And sure. So the Brain World is a big machine cult thing that just lets them scrap 2 cards from your hand each time, basically, or discard pile, and then draw a card. So better in the earlier game. The Blob Carrier is a very cool blob card. Is that a whale? HMS Defender Final Transmission. Yep. So these can let you just grab a ship without paying its cost and put it on top of the deck, which is really handy. And they do a lot of damage. So that's me. Let's see if I can pummel him. I think I'll be able to kill him. Oh yeah, totally. So yeah, I'm basically won now. I'm way ahead of him. Sure, you can be yellow. Doesn't really matter anymore. We can buy a ship. Do that there. I can now trash this. Draw that. It lets me draw another 2 cards. So you can get all these, like, rack up this combo basically. So at the moment, I am doing 24 damage. I can scrap that as well. I can do 26 damage. Basically, sayonara suckers. Oh, and I can also use an ability somewhere. I think it's this one. Yeah, I can just destroy that straight up. Boom. And sure, I'll get you just for good measure. And you. There we go. And then pow. -20. So there we go. That was Star Realms basically. So it's a nice little filler game basically. But I'm going to actually leave it there, I think, because that's basically what I plan to do. So I am now going to head off to Comic-Con down here after I get lunch, anyway. And yeah, so I've got Surviving Mars. That's next on the list. I was planning to just do a sort of muck around any kind of random little games on Tuesday, but if I can get a chance to just sort of fire it up, give it a quick go, and just sort of see how it generally works and so on before then I might actually start Surviving Mars on Tuesday. So we'll see. But yeah, it depends on whether I can just sort of make sure it works and sort of get the hang of it, of the interface and so on, maybe a little bit beforehand. But yeah, so we could do Surviving Mars on Tuesday and on Saturday, and we'll see how that goes. And I was just planning on just carrying on with that unless there was anything else particularly exciting going on. But after that, the next big thing is Battletech, which I really would like to get hold of, because that looked really awesome from the preview things I've seen of it. So yeah, so Tuesday evening, 9 o'clock Pacific, probably we'll do Surviving Mars, but keep an eye out on the Twitter and so on the schedule on the Twitch page. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So thanks for joining me for this very weird story game of Cat Interstellar, which made no sense whatsoever, and a little bit of Star Realms. And I'll see you on Tuesday, hopefully, for some Surviving Mars. Okay, thanks for joining me. Ta-ta.